The Godfather and The Sopranos aren't the only way to get your mafia fix. You can get it in Mafia manga too. Criminals populate the pages of manga in droves. Often they are the villains, but sometimes they are the hero or anti-hero as it were. After all, some of the most popular manga from Japan falls under either action-adventure or organized crime genre. There are many manga that tells an exciting story about these powerful gangs and groups. Here are the 10 best organized crime manga that not only deliver high-octane fights but also an amazing story as well. Starting off our list with Shinjuku Swan. Shiratori Tatsuhiko was a bum wandering on the streets with no money to his name when he meets Mako. He works as a scout for an agency called as Burst that recruits girls on the streets for adult entertainment in Shinjuku area of Tokyo. Tatsuhiko quickly learns the techniques of scouting and is even more attracted to how much money he can make. But with how the industry is maintained, Tatsuhiko has to deal with the lying, deception, violence, greed, and even the Yakuza. He wants to keep the morals that he has, but it gets progressively harder and harder as he gets deeper into the other side of society. Definitely a worthy read if you like organized crime manga. On the next number, the manga is Heat. Heat is a crime story featuring a young man named as Tatsumi Karasawa, a mysterious character who suddenly appears in the city and becomes the owner of a host club, Shinjuku Sokai, in only 2 days. He then gathers a group of amateurs who aren't afraid of gangsters, police, or even so-called professional organizations. His self-proclaimed goal is to get to the top, but he is the essence of Yakuza and gangsters basically. We then get a series of chapters with the manga charting his various dealings and the going on within Shinjuku and the underworld of Tokyo. Karasawa moves through it fearlessly, even when he is confronted with local gangs who have the backing of large Taiwanese or Cantonese syndicates, and of course the big established Yakuza families. On the 8th number, the manga is Jormungand. Jonah is a child soldier, born amidst the chaotic conflicts that rage across West Asia. His family is lost to a war fueled by weapons supplied by so-called merchants of death, international arm dealers. Despite Jonah's hatred of weapons and violence, he employs both extremely well in the service of high-flying arm dealer Coco and her band of mercenaries. Their journey through the dark underbelly of the world's arm market may lead only to damnation. But will Jonah one day make his way back to the light? Only one thing is certain though, it's going to be a long, hard road out of hell. On the 7th number, the manga is Switch. In the Bureau of Health and Welfare's Narcotic Control Department, Kai Eto and Haru Kurabayashi are new to their work as crime investigators. Kai is a weak but generous 22-year-old man who cannot hurt others, even if necessary. He becomes a Matori, a nickname for a criminal investigator in Narcotic Control Department, which helps people to break away from drugs. Haru, a hard worker and self-aware of his aptitudes, avoids associating himself with Kai since he is useless and empathetic towards everyone. For their first assignment though, Haru and Kai must arrest an infamous drug dealer. While at it, Kai gets into a fight with the suspect, triggering a switch that makes him ruthless and unstoppable. As Kai and Haru struggles to solve drug-related crimes, they edge closer to unveiling the cause of Kai's behavior and his past. On the next number, the manga name is Lucky Dog 1 Blast. Giancarlo Burbal Del Monte lives life at his own pace. It does not matter if he is thrown into prison, because rest assured he can leave whenever he wants. As he is still deciding whether to give up his life of leisure behind bars, the unthinkable happens. 4 out of 5 captains of CR5, the Italian mafia he belongs to, are arrested and incarcerated near simultaneously. Gian knows of the captains, Bernardo Ortolani, Ivan Fiore, Luchino Gregoretti and Giulio Di Bondone, but is familiar with only one, given that he holds much lower rank in the organization. Therefore, it seems like a joke to be told that he has suddenly been promoted to their level. Furthermore, if he can successfully jailbreak the entire group, then he will become the next CR5 boss. In spite of his confusion, Gian does not lack ambition, and he is not called the Lucky Dog for nothing. He has no doubts about the future that awaits him once he brings his new friends to freedom. On the 5th number, the manga name is Gangster. In the crime-ridden city of Ergastilum, there exists a group of humans with super strength and speed called as Twilights. These Twilights define the city with their constant tension with normal humans and powerful factions of the town like the Corsica family, the Monroe family, the Cristiano family, and the Polkly Guild. who use them as a mean to maintain the fragile balance that exists within the city. Enters the charming human Warwick Arcangelo and the deft Twilight Nicholas Brown, two longtime friends and business partners of the neutral group, the Handyman. They are willing to take almost any job asked of them in order to make end meet. One day, they find themselves receiving a seemingly regular job from a police, kill a rival pimp and his prostitute. However, this job is not all that it seems, as it takes the pair down a dangerous path and triggers events that could change the very framework of Ergastelum forever. On the fourth number, the manga is Tokyo Crazy Paradise. Life in the year 2020 in Tokyo is tough, as crime rates are high and crime against women ranks second only to murders. To prevent their daughters from being exposed to these crimes, Tsukasa's parents raises her to be a male. Tsukasa aspires to be a policeman fighting against the Yakuza, just like her parents. However, her parents died in the line of work, leaving behind Tsukasa and her three brothers to fend for themselves. Tsukasa must thus work as a bodyguard for her classmate Ryuji, who happens to be the leader of the most powerful Yakuza group in Tokyo. And all of this just to pay out family's debt. Tokyo Crazy Paradise really has an interesting story and beautiful art. Definitely a worthy read. On the third number, the manga is Black Lagoon. The story follows a team of mercenaries known as Lagoon Company, who smuggles goods in and around the seas of Southeast Asia. Their base of operation is located in the fictional city of Roanapur in Thailand, and they transport goods in the PT boat Black Lagoon. Lagoon Company does business with various clients, but has a particularly friendly relationship with the Russian crime syndicate Hotel Moscow. The team takes on a variety of missions, which may involve violent firefights, hand-to-hand combat, and nautical battles in various Southeast Asian locations. Black Lagoon also has an anime which is really good again, so you can either read manga or watch anime, or maybe do both. On the second number, the manga name is Wild Adapter. Makoto Kubota wandered through life, not taking things too seriously or looking too deep within himself. His job as the head of Izumo Group's young gang kept him pleasantly occupied with Yakuza wars, mahjong and assassinations, until the day he stumbled upon a strange drug called as Wild Adapter that produces bizarre side effects including death. Forever changed, Kubota becomes entangled with the drifter named as Minoru Tokita, and the two form an unlikely companionship that draws deeper into the mystery of Wild Adapter. And finally, on the first number, the manga name is Sanctuary. Akira Hojo and Chiaki Asami are childhood friends who have experienced hell and live to tell about it. They arrived in Japan to attend school and soon witnesses the corruption and apathy of country's population. Enraged, Akira and Asami vows to create a new Japan, a sanctuary with a new form of politics, devoid of corruption, where people are empowered to participate in the politics and future of their country. To accomplish this, Hojo and Asami aims to conquer Japan through two dramatically different routes: the Japanese diet and the Yakuza. Decided by a game of rock paper scissors, Hojo ventures to seize the control of the underworld while Asami pursues the position of Prime Minister. Sanctuary is a dark political thriller that tells the story of these two friends as they attempt to change Japan from inside out and create their sanctuary. Have you read this manga, or have you read any of the mangas that I have mentioned in this list? What are your thoughts about this video? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, then check out my other two videos about crime and gangsters over here. And that's it for today's video, guys. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that's it, and I will see you in the next one. Sayonara.